My name is Brendan Ganyo. I'm from Inuvialuit.
And my name is Jared Kekaluk from Uluhakdog.
Hi, my name is Paisley and I'm from Inuvialuit. I'm Sabrina and I'm from Jackson River. My name is Tamara and I'm from Hay River. Shania First. Tanya Moore.
Chelsea Elias. Kristen Elias.
We did a regional wrestling camp here in Inuvialuit. It's probably the third one we've done. So we had kids come in from a few of the other communities like Sax Harbor and Tuktoyaktuk to come and participate along with the Inuvialuit wrestlers. So had lots of extra kids come in and had a good old time learning some new skills. So it was kind of run more or less like a practice, but so we would go in, we do the warm-ups, we do little games and stuff. And then we would have Evan come out and do some wrestling games with the kids, some new stuff that we hadn't really done with them before. And then he would run through how to do certain moves and sort of teach them how to do a new move. And then of course some matches sort of usually cap off the end of practice. Cool, who did you get to meet?
Evan.
And who's Evan?
An unbeatable wrestler.
He went in 2004 Olympics.
And what did you guys think about that?
That is cool.
So, and then the reason we're all here today, right here to my immediate left is Mr. Evan McDonald. So Evan is a 2004 Olympic wrestler. We brought him up here to help run a regional wrestling camp. We're going to be starting tonight and throughout this weekend. We've helped a lot with the team. We started up with Sam School this year.
I just want to talk real briefly about how sports basically changed my life. Because as a kid, I never really paid much attention in school, and I never did very well in school, I guess, and I never could find a way to put any effort into it at all, really. And then when I started wrestling, I started playing hockey and football, and just playing all these sports. It just kind of gave me a reason to go to school and work hard. And I realized if I worked hard in school, work hard in sports, I could get somewhere in my life. So just like one step after another in wrestling, like I didn't just step on the mat one day and went to the Olympics. Like it's a long process and it's a lot of learning. You take one step at a time. Again, there's still guys who I got to beat out there. And it's a lot of work. I train 3 times a day, 6 to 8 hours a day, and it's been something that I love. And I just hope that everybody here, it doesn't have to be wrestling, it doesn't have to be a sport, but you got to find something in your life that you really love to do, and it'll help you through the rest of your life. And it's a lot of people thought I was crazy when I was a kid, and I said I'm going to go to the Olympics, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's a crazy dream," but it was something that I said I was going to do, and I never stopped until I did it. And now I got a little bit further to go, and I plan on winning the gold medal in 2008. So just going to keep working hard at that. And people think I'm crazy for trying to do that too, but I'm going to do it.
I think the kids were excited to meet Evan. He's a great wrestler, had a lot of energy to bring to the practices, and somebody new, so it's always exciting when the kids get to have someone new on the mat with them. But yeah, I mean, when he got up there and started talking to the kids and explaining how he was undefeated in wrestling for 4 years and had won 8 national championships and things like that, it kind of, that's when the kids got excited and surprised and, the unbeatable wrestler. And what's your favorite part about wrestling?
My favorite part about wrestling is everything.
Yeah? What's your favorite move?
The one leg takedown.
But he brought some good stories to the table and hopefully connected with some of the kids who maybe are in the same situation as him, where they're not necessarily doing the best in school, but they can get active in something, a sport of any kind, and it can help focus their energy and focus their their skills and work on their ability to concentrate and exercise some discipline to bring things together.
Hit right in the body here, okay? I'm gonna hit him right in the body with my head. So I'm gonna pull on it, I'm gonna go like this. See that? My head knocks him back.
Because I got it once, because I think. No, you didn't pin me. I had my shoulders like this. Oh.
So Nita, what made you want to join the sport of wrestling?
I was thinking of joining something instead of doing nothing around town.
It is something good for kids who are looking for something to do or have a lot of extra energy to expend or some aggressiveness, because you can use that much to your advantage in the sport. Who doesn't like play fighting when they're a kid? So in some ways, when you're just starting out, it is kind of like play fighting, but then you just start to get good at it and learn it and have some rules around it and some things you're trying to accomplish, and you establish a point system. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, you're in there, you're wrestling your friends, you're wrestling other people that you may have just met, or you're in your class, and it's pitting you against someone else, and it's one-on-one, and it's your skill against their skill, and it's a hard sport, but at the same time, it is a lot of fun. When you're starting out, it's nothing but fun. And, for the younger kids, we just try to keep it as fun as we can, and lots of games and some basic skill development. And then as they get a little older, we get into more of the technical side and teaching them more advanced moves and focusing on the competitive side of the sport into the higher level games like Arctic Winter Games and National Championships, Canada Games, Western Canada Games. So we save that for a little later when they're sort of into the high school program.
I'm Rita and I'm the wrestler of the year.
But this year again, the Delta Demons actually won the senior championship again. So this year we actually get to give you guys the banner. It's going to be going up in the gym. We got another one picking on the school. And this is a good year for the Delta Demons because we won both the senior championship for this school and the Sam's team won the junior championship. So we got both banners this year in Inuvialuit. It's going to be going up in the gym. How much do you enjoy wrestling?
A lot.
What's your favorite part about it?
Traveling.
Traveling? Where have you traveled to so far?
Yellowknife.
Yeah? And where else do you hope to travel to?
I don't
Stop and say it all.
And went down to Calgary, not just for the weekend for the tournament. We actually ended up doing a 5-day trip, and we organized a bunch of different activities for the kids. There was the trip to the zoo, which is sort of a must in Calgary. We did a little trip to the mall, but on top of that, we also organized a training session with the Calgary Rebels team. So we brought our kids and their kids together, and they did a practice together.
Yeah, Walton. So maybe pull him like this, and he doesn't like to be there, so he's going to pull back this way. And when he pulls back that way...
But I want to provide them every opportunity to have the ability to go as far as they want in the sport and to whatever level they can. So I want to provide them every opportunity I can to get them to that level if that's where they want to go. So we always look for opportunities to go out and train outside of the NWT with other teams, and also have people come up here as special clinicians to help train us here in the north as well.
All right, get a spot on the mat. We'll start with two. Shake hands. Ready, go! Oh, it was great. I was pretty impressed with some of the athletic ability of some of the kids out here. Some of the kids look good, and they're doing some really good moves, and I was pretty excited to come back and see what those kids are doing in the future.
Yeah? Was it kind of neat to meet an Olympic athlete?
Yeah.
What did you think about your chance to meet an Olympic athlete?
Cool.
What was the coolest part about that?
Anything in particular, or just cool overall?
Cool.
I want to win gold medals every year.
And what do you have to do to win gold medals every year?
Try harder.
When I was a little boy growing up, we used to, I guess it wasn't like today. You didn't have TV, you didn't have, a lot of things to do. So the talk about passing things on by the Inuvialuit verbally from generation to generation. Like my mum used to take me visiting to elders' camps because there was elders' houses, because there was a lot of elders some days and they used to visit all the time. But the saying goes that passing it on verbally meant that you had to get through to the children or the young people on what our traditions and these things were. It was really interesting because the elders would get together, or the few elders would be together. There was to be some young people or kids like I was at that time sitting there. But the stories that they were telling, usually they all knew the stories. But that was being meant for our young ears so that it would sink in so we could pass it on. I guess in this way I was maybe fortunate that I was born at a time in 1930 when this was still going on, and it's slowly dying away more and more after that. And one of the stories I heard many times about the Northern Lights, and I guess I've always been interested because when I was young, I used to like traveling with my dog team in the winter when it was moonlight. And I guess during the weather changes now, you get so much cloudy weather that you don't see this too much anymore. But them days it was clear most of the time cold. And when you went out traveling, the Northern Lights seemed to always be there. And in traveling sometimes with dog team, I would stop my dogs and whistle. Now, some people, I know a lot of people that talk about this, some people think it's not very, might not be true, but if you get a bunch of Northern Lights and you whistle at them, keep whistling, they'll come right down low over you. And I've had them come so low that I could hear the swish, the noise that was being made. But as the story goes, these people, the Northern Lights would come down and come right down really low and take people's heads off and take them up into the air. And this happened, I guess it was happening all the time. And so this one guy decided, well, we got to do something about it. So he got himself a sharp knife or, something sharp. And he went and laid down and waited for the Northern Lights to come. And when he come right down, switching right over him, evidently to take his head, he cut his jawbone, or cut his jaw. And of course he couldn't take his head anymore, so they went back up. And the story goes that when they get really lots of Northern Lights, sometimes they really move fast, really colorful and really moving fast. And the saying goes that that's when they're playing ball with them heads that they've taken. So I've heard this story more than once, and I heard it when I was very young. And I've heard it also when I was not so very young. But until I was reminded the other day, or asked if I could tell a story about them, that it only then came back to my mind that this is what I've heard. So that's my story on Northern Lights.
Kan we bit?
Ari ako behag tugut tawag to ka piubulungan ni Inuvialuit.
Nakugiga, nakukparaktok, inipet katiluting kuwehuktot, dauduktot, nererot, atokaraktot, hunalakapulaktot, ilan na kutilu. Kuya Naini?
The drum dancing was just so special. Really enjoyed it. It was a good day. Oh, my grandson. Well, it really touches me because I don't even know how to drum dance, and I saw how many of my grandchildren drum dancing, my daughters, and to see my grandson, like he just turned 6, and to see him really dancing in just a short period of time really did something to us.
It was a beautiful day. We were really blessed with good weather. and everybody was eating and just sharing good joy.
Everybody just getting together and visiting and telling stories and seeing each other, people I haven't seen for a long time, and it is good to just to be out.
Yeah, but I could remember back when the drum dances almost died out, and when Billy Day was trying to get it activated again, and Debbie Gordon-Rubin played a big role in pulling dancers together. So it was really good to see.
Them to do a little more smiling and be happy. Show everybody that you're happy.
What does it mean to you to be Inuvialuit?
Well, it means an awful lot to me today. I did a lot of help and I did a lot of work in helping with getting the final agreement in place. And I'm not the only one. There was many people that done it to make it happen. And today is very important to me and for the drum dancers to honor me like this. It's just something that makes my heart kick a little stronger. Hey!